Welcome back to Worth Coin, the home for jaw-dropping coin discoveries that can change your life in an instant. Today, we're uncovering 5 ultra-rare Franklin half dollars that could be hiding in plain sight, maybe even in your collection. Each one with a story more thrilling than the last, and values so high, they'll make your heart skip a beat. By the time we reach the final coin, you won't believe the kind of fortune a small piece of silver can hold. Let's dive in. And if you love uncovering the hidden treasures of American coinage, make sure you subscribe right now so you never miss the next big find. Our journey into the world of Franklin half dollars begins with an unassuming yet deeply fascinating piece. The 1953 Franklin half dollar. At first glance, it might just look like an old silver coin with a dark, almost mysterious black tone from years of oxidation and handling. But the truth is, this coin holds more history, character, and potential value than you'd ever imagine. Minted during the height of post-war America, the 1953 Franklin half dollar carries Benjamin Franklin's iconic profile on the obverse, a portrait that radiates strength, wisdom, and a timeless sense of American pride. On the reverse, the majestic Liberty Bell stands proudly, a symbol of freedom that has rung through generations. But what sets this particular year apart is not just the design, it's the story and scarcity behind it. In fine condition, like the one we're looking at now, you can still see the major details in Franklin's hair and the bell's crack, even if the high points are worn down. That blackish shade you see? That's not damage, that's a natural patina formed over decades, and for serious collectors, it adds a depth of character that no cleaning or polishing can replicate. This kind of toning can actually make certain coins more appealing to the right buyer, especially when it creates a unique, almost antique look. The 1953 mintage numbers may seem high at first, but here's the catch. Very few have survived in excellent condition, and even fewer with striking, original toning. That scarcity is what drives the market value sky high. For top examples, a circulated coin in fine condition like this might bring in $30 to $50 from a casual collector, but cross into the uncirculated, pristine category, and you're talking $4,500 or more. And if you happen to stumble upon a rare mint error, such as an off-center strike, double die, or clipped planchet, you could be staring at a 6-figure payday. $150,000 or more is not out of the question for the right coin in the right auction. So, how can you spot a valuable 1953 Franklin half dollar in your own stash? First, look for crisp details in Franklin's hair and the bell's lettering, even in circulated pieces. Check for deep, original toning like we see here. It's a sign the coin hasn't been tampered with. And always examine for potential errors under magnification, because those are the jackpot finds. This coin may look like just another piece of silver change, but in the hands of a knowledgeable collector, it's a tangible link to mid-century America and possibly a ticket to a fortune. And the best part? This is just the first coin on our list. Next up, we're about to look at a Franklin half dollar that pushes rarity, beauty, and value into an entirely different league. Trust me, you'll want to see this one, and while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss these life-changing finds. Now, if you thought the 1953 was something special, the next treasure on our list takes us even further back, to the very start of the decade, the 1950 Franklin half dollar. This coin doesn't just carry silver. It carries the echoes of post-war optimism and the fresh dawn of the 1950s, a time when the U.S. was entering a new era of prosperity and change. At first glance, our 1950 piece, in fine condition, shows the natural signs of life. It has lived. The soft wear on Franklin's cheek, the slight smoothing of his hairlines, and the gentle fading of the Liberty Bell's finer details all speak of a coin that's been part of everyday American hands for over 7 decades. But don't mistake wear for weakness, because this year, this design, and the silver content make it a collector's dream. The year 1950 was a lower production run compared to later Franklin issues, and that means far fewer coins to survive in pristine condition. For collectors, that scarcity is gold, or in this case, pure silver. Even in fine condition, this coin already holds a value of $40 to $70 in today's market. But here's where it gets exciting. In uncirculated condition with sharp strikes and booming luster, a 1950 Franklin can bring $8,500 to $15,000 from serious bidders. And just like our previous coin, mint errors send the value through the roof. A rare double die reverse, a dramatic off-center strike, or a full bell line specimen from the Philadelphia Mint could easily fetch $200,000 or more at a major auction, one of the most sought-after features for Franklin half-dollar enthusiasts. Is the full bell lines designation, those perfectly visible lines at the base of the Liberty Bell. Most circulation wear wipes them away. But if you ever find a 1950 with full bell lines intact, even lightly circulated, you've got something that collectors will fight over. So, how do you spot the gems? Look closely at the bell's base, check for crispness in Franklin's eye and hair, and pay attention to the overall strike. And never overlook a coin just because it has light toning or signs of age. As with the 1953, that natural silver patina can add beauty, character, and even extra value. Every time I hold a 1950 Franklin half-dollar, I think about the hands. It's passed through perhaps a soldier returning from Korea, a factory worker cashing a paycheck, a child's allowance in a simpler America. And today, in the collector's market, those same coins can become the crown jewel of a personal collection or the star of a record-breaking auction, and we're only 2 coins in. Next up, the rarity and value spike even higher. The next Franklin half-dollar on our list is a year and mint mark combination that's shocked collectors with recent auction prices in the mid-6 figures. Before we get there, make sure you're subscribed, because you never know the next coin we talk about could be sitting in your own home right now. Moving forward into the early 1960s, we arrive at a Franklin half-dollar that has a certain understated elegance. The 1961. At first, it may not shout its value from the rooftops, but don't let the subtlety fool you. This coin represents the final years of the Franklin series before the Kennedy design took over, and it hides some shockingly valuable secrets. In fine condition, like the one we're looking at now, the wear is gentle but visible. Franklin's cheek has softened, the finer strands of hair have faded, and the bell's crack and lettering show signs of long circulation. Still, the integrity of the design remains. The Liberty Bell stands proud, its history and symbolism untouched by time. This 1961 coin has likely seen thousands of hands, each exchange another chapter in its decades-long story. The 1961 Franklin half-dollar might have had a decent mintage, but the true rarity lies in specific high-grade examples. In certain mint errors, collectors know that a run-of-the-mill circulated piece might be worth $20 to $40. But if you were to pull a flawless, uncirculated example, especially one with those elusive full bell lines, you could be holding a $12,000 to $18,000 prize. And here's where the numbers turn jaw-dropping. Dramatic mint errors from this year have been recorded selling for $300,000 to $500,000 in major auctions. Imagine finding a double-struck coin, a major off-center error, or a full planchet clip from this date. It could easily change someone's life. What makes the 1961 so enticing to seasoned collectors is that it sits at the end of an era. Just 3 years later, the Franklin design would vanish, replaced forever by the Kennedy half-dollar. That makes every late-date Franklin a piece of American history that simply can't be replicated. And for many, the toning and slight wear of a fine-condition coin like this add personality that no mint-fresh piece can match. When you're looking for a valuable 1961 Franklin, start with the strike. Check for bell line sharpness, inspect Franklin's hair above his ear for detail, and watch for any doubling in the letters of Liberty or the motto. Those small details can make the difference between a coin worth pocket change and a coin worth a new car, or even a new house. The idea that a half-dollar minted in 1961 could command $500,000 in the right circumstances feels almost impossible until you see it happen. And remember, someone, somewhere, always ends up being that lucky finder. Now, we're getting into the truly rare territory. The next coin is one that makes seasoned collectors' hearts race the moment they see it. It's not just rare, it's the kind of coin that has brought bidding wars to a fever pitch. Stay tuned, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because the next Franklin half dollar could be the one that shocks you most of all. As we turn to the 1954 Franklin half dollar, we step into a year that has quietly built a reputation among collectors for its striking beauty, intriguing quirks, and hidden rarity. At first glance, a fine condition 1954 might seem like just another mid-century silver coin worn gently from circulation, its details softened by time. But beneath that calm exterior lies the potential for astonishing value. This coin carries the same proud design as the others: Benjamin Franklin's timeless profile on the obverse and the bold Liberty Bell on the reverse, flanked by a tiny eagle as required by law. In fine condition, the coin's surfaces have that familiar softness to the touch, with Franklin's cheek and jaw slightly smoothed and the bell's finer details beginning to fade. Still, the important elements remain. The crack in the bell, the date, the inscriptions, all telling the story of a coin that has traveled through decades of American history. Now, here's where things get exciting. While the 1954 had a fairly healthy mintage, it is the higher grade survivors that command serious attention and serious money. A typical fine condition example might fetch $25 to $50. But a fully uncirculated 1954 Franklin with brilliant luster and full bell lines can bring $10,000 to $20,000 in today's collector market. And that's just the start. Rare mint errors from this year: think double dies, major planchet flaws, or extreme off-center strikes have shocked even seasoned dealers by crossing the $400,000 mark in high-profile auctions. One detail that makes 1954 especially intriguing is the variance in strike quality between mints. Coins from certain mints this year often show weaker bell lines, making the full bell lines designation even more prized. Finding one in pristine condition with those razor-sharp lines is like finding a needle in a haystack, and collectors will pay handsomely for the privilege of owning one. When hunting for a valuable 1954, start with the bell. Are the lines clear and unbroken? Then move to Franklin's hair. Is there distinct separation in the strands above his ear? Even in circulated coins, stronger strikes and attractive, original toning can boost the appeal and value dramatically. And of course, always be on the lookout for mint marks that seem odd or misplaced. They can indicate rare varieties worth a fortune. Holding a 1954 Franklin half dollar is like holding a time capsule from the Eisenhower era period of booming industry, cultural change, and American optimism. And while most of these coins have quietly lived out their lives in pockets, purses, and jars, a rare few have become the stuff of numismatic legend. And now, we arrive at the climax of our journey, the fifth and final Franklin half dollar. On our list, this is the one that has made headlines, broken records, and left even the most experienced coin expert stunned. You won't want to miss it. And now, the moment we've been building toward the final coin in our lineup, the 1963 Franklin half dollar. This coin doesn't just mark the end of the Franklin series. It represents the last breath of an era before history took a dramatic turn. Just 1 year later, after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, the Franklin design would vanish forever, replaced by the Kennedy half dollar. That makes the 1963 not only a collectible, but a powerful reminder of a nation on the brink of change. In fine condition, the example we see today has a soft, even wear that gives it a warm, almost nostalgic look. Franklin's features are still visible, though the hairlines have mellowed with time, and the Liberty Bell's base has lost some of its sharpness. Still, its story is intact, and its silver glow hints at the precious metal content within. This is a coin that has lived life, perhaps spent in 1960s diners, handed over for movie tickets, or tucked away in a desk drawer for decades. Now, the 1963 had a sizable mintage, which might make you think it's common. But here's the twist. When you combine pristine condition with the full bell lines designation, you're suddenly looking at one of the most valuable Franklins in existence. A standard fine condition piece might be worth $20 to $35 a nice addition to any collection, but a flawless, mint state, full bell lines 1963 can easily break $15,000 at auction. And then there are the error coins. This is where the jaw drops. Major double strike errors, wildly off-center strikes, or dramatic die breaks from 1963 have been known to pull in between $350,000 and $500,000 from determined bidders. And that's not fantasy. Those sales have happened because advanced collectors know that the final year Franklin in a unique error form is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. When it comes to rarity and emotional connection, this date checks every box. If you ever come across a 1963 Franklin half-dollar, especially one with sharp strike details, untouched surfaces, or unusual features, take a very close look before you spend it or sell it cheap. This is one of those coins where a quick glance could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost opportunity. And so, we've reached the end of our journey through 5 ultra-rare Franklin half-dollars coins that might be hiding in your own collection, each carrying a story, a piece of history, and the potential to be worth a small fortune. From the black-toned mystery of 1953 to the historic final year of 1963, the Franklin series is full of treasures waiting to be found. If you've enjoyed uncovering these hidden gems, make sure you're subscribed to Worth Coin, because next time, we might just reveal the coin that changes everything for you. Until then, keep your eyes sharp, your coins close, and remember, sometimes the smallest pieces of metal hold the biggest surprises.